Okay, ji. Now moving to lecture number 2. We already did normal standard forms. From level 1 to we moved to level 2 with additions and subtractions. Now, let's say we'll be moving from level 2 to standard forms to level 3. And in level 3, we will have questions in shape of multiplication and division when the normal values are being multiplied. Now, for suppose, if we can say that, so here's the question: 7 into 10 to the power minus 3 multiplied by 3 into 10 to the power 9. So in such questions, when you know that bases are same and multiplied, your powers are added. That means your indices rules are applied. When bases are same and multiplied, powers are added. When bases are same and divided, powers are subtracted. Whereas if you note, these normal numbers will be solved normally. That means this 7 should be multiplied by this 3. So 7 into 3 will become 21. Whereas 10 to the power 3 minus 3 multiplied by 10 to the power 9. That can I say that bases are same? So powers are going to be what? Added. So in this way, what we can write down is, we can write down as 7 3s will be 21 into 10 to the power minus 3 plus 9. So 21 into 10 to the power 6. Is this standard forms? This is not in standard form. Why? Because your standard form will always be in one decimal place. Your standard form will be in one decimal place. So that means I will be moving my decimal place from here to the left hand side. So whenever your decimal moves from right to left, your power is added. Your power is added. So what will be the answer? Your answer will be 2.1 multiplied by 10 to the power 7. 2.1 multiplied by 10 to the power 7. Another example, if you see that 5 multiplied by 10 to the power 8 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 10 to the power 7. Can we say 5 multiplied by 4 will be 20? Whereas 10 base are same, multiplied, that means power should be what? Added. So 20 multiplied by 10 to the power 15. But this is not your answer. Whenever there are 10 to the power, you need to give in the standard form. Your answer would be 2.0, or your answer would have been 2 multiplied by 10 to the power 16. Because whenever your power moves from right to left, whenever your power moves from right to left, your power increases. With one decimal place, your power will be increased by 1. So that means 15 plus 1 will become what? 16. So 2.0 multiplied by 10 to the power 15 would be your answer. Now there is another example that says 4.2 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 2, right? Upon what? 3 into 10 to the power 4. So the best way to do is, since obviously you have multiplication division, so what you do is you always use the number. Since the number is there, the number will be divided by number only. Whereas the 10 with the base, power with base 10 should be what? Subtracted, because whenever the bases are same and divided, powers are subtracted. So can we do one thing? Let's change this 4.2 first. Let's change 4.2 to what? 42. If we just do that, if we move your decimal to here, so are we moving from left to right? When we are moving from left to right, your power will be negative. Your power would be what? Negative. So let's just write this thing down. This should be 42 into 10 to the power minus 3 upon 3 into 10 to the power 4. So can we do this? 42 divided by 3 is treated separately. Multiply by 10 minus 3 minus 4. 10 minus 3 minus 4. Because obviously, as I said, when bases are same, divided powers are what? Subtracted. When bases are same, divided powers are subtracted. This 14 upon 3 will be what? 40, obviously 42 divided by 3. 3 ones are 3, you're left with 1, 2, 4s are 14. So 3 14s are, you will get what? 42. 10 to the power what? Minus 3, minus 7. 10 to the power what? Minus 7. Now, is this the standard form that we require? No, the standard form always belongs to what? One decimal place. So, if we need to have one decimal place, your decimal from here will move on the left-hand side. So, are we moving only one decimal place? So, if we are moving one decimal place, so what does that mean? That means plus 1. That will mean plus 1. So that means your end result would be 1.4 into 10 to the power minus 3. And this should be your answer for question that was 4.2 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 2 upon 3 into 10 to the power 4. So here's another example. It says 3 upon 5 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 5 and obviously 10 to the power 6, right? As I said, whenever there is a division, we'll be dividing the number separately and with the base power separately. That means 10 to the power 6 will be separated with the numbers. Can we say 3 upon 5? Now 3, 5 and 3 is here. That means 0.0. So that means 3, 0.6. That means 3, 5, 6 will become what? 30. Can we say 3 upon 5 will become what? 0.6. 3 upon 5 will become 0. Whereas this should be when bases are same, divided powers are subtracted. So minus 5 minus 6. Your end result should be 0.6 into 10 to the power minus 11. But since you need to give your answer in standard form, you need to give it always in one decimal place. Always in what? One decimal place. That means your decimal place will start after the number. So can we shift your decimal to the right hand side? So whenever we are shifting from left to right, we subtract the power. So how many decimal places are we moving? 1. So we'll subtract by minus 1. So minus 11 minus 1 will be what? Minus 12. So that means 6.0 into 10 to the power minus 12 will be the answer for the question. That was 3 into 10 to the power minus 5 divided by 5 into 10 to the power 6. Okay, here's another question, but the question says solve. That means you need to give your answer in the complete solved position. That means standard form is not required. Obviously, the number itself will have no 10 to the power anything. So just solving it down will be in this way, that this should be 11 into 10 to the power. Since we move from left to right, there should be 7 minus 1, which will be 6. Whereas this will be 22 into 10 to the power 5. What are we left with? We are left with 11 upon 22 multiplied by 10, 6. Because obviously bases are same and divided, powers are subtracted. So what do we have? We have 11 upon 22 into 10 to the power 1. 10 to the power 1 means 10. So can we just solve this thing down and see? 2 5s are and 2 11s are. 2 5s are and 2 11s are. When multiplied, it can also be divided, right? So the answer will be 11 upon 11. 11 upon 11 multiplied by 5. So 11 and 11 is also cancelled. You're left with what? 1 into 5. So your answer for this will be only 5. So if you see that when the question clearly says solve, so your answer will only be a number itself. Let's just do another example. It says 4 into 10 to the power 7. So that means 4 upon 2 into 10, 7 minus 6. This should be 2 into 10 to the power 1. So 2 into 10 to the power 10 into 2 to the power 1 is 10. So the end result to this would be 20. So here's another example. It says 1.5. So can we just write this thing down as 15 into 10 to the power? Since we move from left to right, the power should be subtracted. So this should be 10 to the power 4 upon 5 into 10 to the power negative 5. So 15 divided by 5 is 3 into 10 to the power 4 negative 5. Because when bases are same, powers are subtracted, but we already have a negative power in the denominator. So that means this should be 3 into 10 to the power 9. So your answer would be 3 into 10 to the power 9. For the question as 1.5 into 10 to the power 5 and divided by 5 into 10 to the power 5 into 10 to the power negative 5. 2.4 into 10 to the power minus 8. So this should be what? 24 into 10. Since we will move our decimal from left to right, so this should be 10 to the power negative 9 minus 8 minus 1 upon 4 into 10 to the power minus 3. So this should be what? 24 divided by 4 is 6 into 10 negative 9. Obviously, whenever there are bases same and divided, there's a negative sign. And the negative sign is already in the denominator as well. So can we say 6 into 10 to the power minus 9 plus 3. So 6 into 10 to the power minus 6 will be your answer for the question, that is 2.4 into 10 to the power minus 8 divided by 4 into 10 to the power minus 3.